All right, how's it going, everyone? This is Brett from Bright Games, the creator of Space Imperia, the Space Empires 4X adaptation for digital. Today there was some requests to get a playthrough video, so gonna go ahead and go through a single-player game of the demo, which is the two-player map on the small map against one AI. So. There's a lot of scenarios in the Space Empires board game if you've played it, and when the game launches, we'll have all these other ones ready. But we'll be playing on the small map. So with the small map, if you've played or not before, Space Empires is all about destroying the other person's home. Full stop. That is the goal of the game. This Space Empires is a lot more oriented around the combat. It is a 4X in the sense that you make colonies, you find new planets, you find new materials to gather, and you research stuff. But really, the core of the system is the combat, right? So on the small two-player map, it's interesting because there's just the normal map has 4 rows of what's called deep space. Deep space is dangerous, but also has higher rewards like alien planets, which you can eliminate and terraform, and eliminate and colonize, but you need terraforming. There's some better minerals, there's shipwrecks, but there's also a lot of danger, right? So danger kills everything that goes into the space. So on a small map with only 2 rows, you can really traverse the battlefield quickly, and it really changes the game a lot, right? So we'll go ahead and get started. If you haven't played before, so you start with 3 scouts. And scouts, every ship in the game can move 1 space per turn. Now, shipyards can't move, that's why they're grayed out. And the game structure, if you don't know, it's consisted of rounds and turns. So a round consists of 3 turns, where each turn is movement, and then any combat, and then exploration, right? So it's I go, you go. So then I do movement, combat, exploration, and then the enemy does. We do that for 3 rounds, or 3 turns. And then the 4th turn, if you will, is the economy phase, where we're going to spend our bullion to research technologies, potentially, or even to build new ships. The ship build menu pops up in the economy phase. And we keep doing that until someone's home is destroyed. So at the economy phase, you can bid to go first. And sometimes you want to go first, sometimes you want to go second. So there's some strategy there for sure. So we'll go ahead and get started. So
ready and waiting.
What I usually do at the beginning of any game is find a good path that I can explore everything in an equal amount of turns. There's kind of a fixed path. The AI doesn't do it the best right now. It's actually kind of a hard programming challenge. So for the game launch, it'll be a lot better. But for the demo, it's just it could be a little better right now. So we'll send the scouts out. We're going to leave the civilian ships back because these home tiles is what they're called. Both sides have the same set of home tiles, right? So imagine, this is a board game, right? So you mix all the pieces up, you put them out randomly, right? So every set has 8 planets, a 9th planet, which is barren. You need terraforming to colonize it. And there are 2 asteroids, 2 nebulas, which are different. They have some effects in combat, and they stop movement. Come back to that later. There's a bunch of minerals which you can tow with the miner, but also there's 1 black hole. So the black hole, if you go into a black hole or explore one, every ship that goes in has a 40% chance to die. So what I don't want to do early on is get one of these ships killed on a random chance, right? So we're just going to kind of hold them back. Now the other thing before we press end turn here is each of these counters, I say counter because, again, board game, right? Physical piece. So you could consider these more like fleets, right? This is a scout fleet. Now, this scout fleet has 1 ship in it right now, which is that dot there, right? Every piece in this game, every counter fleet can have up to it's 1 to 6 ships, right? So the shipyard here is 4, right? Everyone starts with 4 shipyards. Now, civilian ships like the colony ship and the miner they're not fleets, they are individual ships. Now, why does this matter, right? Well, we can see all of this here, right? We know what our own stuff is. But the enemy, we know what some of their stuff is because you always see civilian ships. But these other ships, we don't actually know what they are. Ignore the bad question marks there. That's the issue with the font. Now, we know what everyone starts with in this game. We know one of these is a shipyard, 4 shipyards, and then 3 individual scouts, right? The game start is the same in the base version of Space Empires. So, but as the game goes, the enemy's going to build ships, and they're going to be unknown, and we don't find out what they are until we go into combat. So that's one of the coolest parts of the system. And as a army officer and my former career of learning how to do military stuff and do things at a operational level or planning and all that, it's really interesting because the thematic part here is like, well, scouting wise, there's an enemy out there, right? You kind of know they're moving stuff around, but you don't know what the disposition is. You don't know what they have, right? And I just love that, right? So this game really rewards learning that information, right? If you wait till the end of the game to find out what they're building, and then they've built, say in the advanced game, which isn't in the demo, raiders or mines. Well, mines are in it, but raiders or carriers, and you don't have an answer for it, that might be the end of your game, right? So it's just the information management's great. So we'll go ahead and end the turn here. So that's some minerals, so we can tow those back to a friendly colony. And it's a one-time 5 Boolean bump, right? So we're going to want to gobble those up early because it just helps with building stuff. So it's the miner's only job in the base game. So AI found a couple planets. The nebula, so any terrain featured nebula or asteroids, you have to, in order to go into it, you have to start next to it. And once you go into it, your movement's done. So it's actually very much a block. And depending on how the board plays out, the board's different every time. It could very much hamper the ability to move quickly, and then you kind of have to adapt to that, right? It's also can be key terrain because if you're holding it, you can project from it, right? If you're already there, the next turn, you can project out of it and do all your movements. So it can be, nebulas and asteroids can be extremely strategic as the game plays out. So we'll keep exploring. We're going to do a little loop around over here. We'll put the colony ship. We'll go ahead and start to we'll colonize it. So that's created a new colony. We could probably visually indicate this a little better, like maybe ring it in the player color, but we're also going to be changed. The planets are going to be a lot more unique, sorry. They look great now, but it's the same one for each planet. So our artist is working on a lot of different variations on that, and there's going to be some fun stuff with the planets. So this is a new colony. It's not producing anything yet. So this mineral, which I'm going to tow, can be dropped off here, right? And that's important because just the way the timing of the game works. So these other ships, we're going to kind of trail the scouts and just hope that a planet shows up, and then we want to move them out because, we might have a bad draw and the planets are over here, but that's why you want to keep the colony ships moving because you only get 3 moves per economy phase, right? So yeah, so they've got 2 colonies, pretty good off the rip. The game is pretty balanced up front, though, honestly, as I've started this game and played it so many times that even if you don't get planets up front, it usually means you're getting minerals, so, like, you're actually offsetting that. Like, these take... So at the end of every economy phase, planets grow up. It goes from 0 to 1 to 3 to 5 Boolean per round. That should say Boolean, not CP. It's called colony points in the board game, right? So these take a long time to grow up, but obviously it's persistent income. So that if you don't research, explore these near you early, like if these were all minerals, then I'd be looking at building a second miner right off the bat, because you're going to get those right away, right? It really is balanced and offset from, you know, did you get planets or not? I think, I mean, some people might say otherwise, but I think it's actually pretty straight, pretty well balanced. Now, for people who've played a lot, this early game can get a little repeatable, right? There's different ways you could play where you could start where everything is open and already colonized, and you just go, right? Kind of a quicker start. I appreciate the build up because, especially on the smaller map, I could decide to attack the enemy quickly and just hopefully sneak a scout through and just wreak havoc early. And this game rewards offense, right? So I like not having it all revealed every time, right? So that's just me. We're gonna go ahead and move this over here because we found a colony, and we'll be able to get 2 this round. So we'll put him here and drop off there. So that'll give us, this will show up. So that'll give us 5 credits or 5 bullion in the economy phase from that drop off. Found some more minerals. All right. All right, so we're going to our first economy phase. So let's talk about what money did we make, right? This current number is actually wrong. It started at 0. I got to fix that. So it's accounting for the minerals as well, but the number's right. So we made 20 from our colonies, right? Home planet makes 20. We got that 5 from the minerals. Now, here's the thing in Space Imperia is that every combat ship pays maintenance. So we're paying 3 maintenance right now. Now, how do you figure out maintenance? Good question. So every ship per hull point pays 1. Now, this isn't actually indicated right now. I need to show a better indicator for hit points. They show up in combat. But what you need to know is scouts and destroyers are all 1 hull point, right? So that's 1 maintenance per round. So in a way, you kind of want to build ships, but you don't want to sit on them because you're just going to pay maintenance for no reason. So these guys are doing their job now. They're exploring for us, but you're kind of happy when they die to an extent, right? Like, then you're not paying maintenance. Now, it's only 1, but also we're only making 20 right now. So that does add up. So what do we do on the first round? Well, I'm a low and slow player for this game. I like, even on the smaller map, I like building up the econ early. So I know that there's 5 more planets I can colonize, right? So I'm probably going to go ahead, and this is our only planets with shipyards. I'm going to build 2 colony ships. That leaves us with 6. I could build another scout. I don't really want to. I mean, if I did, I'd probably jet towards the enemy. And I might, you know what, there's 4 minerals here. I'm going to go ahead and get that second miner, and then we can start getting more bullion early. That leaves us with 1 over. You can carry 30 over into the next round. So you really there's only like a couple reasons to carry over. You kind of want to spend, I think you want to spend as much as you can every round, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to do any techs, and we'll go ahead and end turn. So submitted the builds. And the AI doesn't actually take that long. It's just kind of a delay because otherwise it'd be instant. So great. If nobody bids, then the current first player gets to choose. Again, sometimes you want to go second in this game. Sometimes you want to see what the enemy does first, right? And that is an advantage in itself. Other times you want to be the first strike and, you know, get onto the planet while it's empty, right? So it really is. It's not straightforward whether you want to be first or second. But we'll keep going first because why not? Because that way we have the option later if no one bids. So we'll keep exploring. And we'll get some more toes in. We'll go ahead and put this colony ship there. Yeah, so now these other 2, I'm going to kind of split them, I think. Sometimes you do your best and sometimes you just don't. You're not as optimal with getting the colonies done, but it's probably not that big of a deal. But sometimes, against a good player, it would be. All right. All right, what are we doing here? So we got more colony ships. Oh, there's another planet. Okay, so I'm gonna send him. He'll do this one. We'll go ahead and drop this guy here. We'll drop this mineral there. Yeah. Here, so that's 10 in minerals so far. That's really good. Keep exploring this way. We'll send this ship there. And we'll keep wrapping around over here, so. I'm gonna actually speed up the exploration reveals in this early part. Oops. Alright, we'll do fast on both of them. Okay, so gonna keep moving around. Now, at this point, like, I could potentially start to threaten that planet if I didn't get danger. Danger's like 40% of the tokens in deep space, I think. Or it's at least 30. I think it's 40. So because it's such a small, like if this was 4 rows, I would just, whatever, I'm just gonna explore my stuff. But I might actually go for it. I don't know. You know, let's, gambling's fun, right? All right, so we're gonna go there. We'll do a colony ship there. So hopefully we find a planet over here, otherwise that guy's going to be stranded. Alright, and I guess we'll move from there. In turn. Yep, he's going to blow up. Now that timing could have been a little better on the animation, but... Okay, so we did hit the danger. Didn't fully explain it, but yeah, the idea is, hey, you don't know what's in deep space. This is kind of friendly area. Maybe your people have, you know, maybe it's your solar system, right? This is very abstract, right? But you kind of know a little bit more about this area, but now you're talking about deep nebulous space, and it's just dangerous, right? Maybe they ran into some I don't know. Maybe their ship died, right? It's less on the theme, more about that it's not easy to get over to the enemy, right? And that's the point. So we're into the second economy phase. So we've got 31. So there's our 22 income, right? And yeah, the minerals are double counting in current, so I got to change that. Because we carried 1 over, right? So the numbers are all right. So that's 33 minus 2 maintenance because we lost the ship. There you go. So we saved maintenance. So now we're down to 31. So, you know, again, this is a short map. Let's look at our technologies, right? Now, what do these do? Let's start with the combat ones. So you've got attack and defense. These just add flat +1s or -1s when targeted. The Space Imperia is a 10-sided dice system, so it's a D10 system. You always miss on a 1. You always hit on a... No, sorry, it's low... Mixing board games in my mind. You always hit on a 1, and I think 10s are actually always a miss. I can't remember. If you're hitting on a 10, then something's went wrong for one of you. Probably the other guy, right? But you always hit on a 1. So let's talk about the ships now, right? The scouts, they start... So the first number is a 3 attack, and the second number is their built-in defense, right? So if targeted... The enemy that's targeting them doesn't get any modifiers, right? So it's just flat. So scouts are scouts, and they're 1 hit, right? So they do what they do. They're cheap, right? But if I target something that doesn't have defense, that's a 30% chance, 3 or less, right? So it's really, I mean, that's 30% is 30%, right? So the scout could have the attack technology equipped. So if I were to research this, then all of my new ships would get attack 1, which means that new scouts would fire at a 4. That's 10% bump, right? So why don't the existing ships get it? The existing ships don't get it because you have to upgrade them. And I really like this from a game standpoint. From a board game standpoint, it's actually one of the hardest things. It's not hard to manage, but it's hard to teach how to manage. At the end of the day, you just circle a sheet on the piece of paper, right? But that's like another layer of upkeep, which is pretty not common for for board games, right? So why do you have to upgrade it? Because imagine this. Now, there's an optional rule where you don't have to, where everything gets all the new stuff. But if you had a bunch of ships in the enemy's homeland and then you just went attack defense, right? And they auto got it, like that's just punishing. Now, the enemy can do that to you too, but it's kind of like more snowbally. I like that you have to do the upgrade, and you do it at, the ship has to spend an entire turn at a friendly shipyard, and then you can spend 1 bullion per hull point per ship, and then it gets all the latest tech. So you really gotta save the money over in between rounds, and you really gotta build up. You gotta decide to do that, right? So you're probably not gonna just do it when you just have 1 new tech. You're probably gonna do it when you have 4 techs and it's like battleships, and you really want to get them on the better stuff, right? So that's attack and defense. Tactics is a tiebreaker. So the defender always goes first in class. We haven't gotten to combat yet, and I'll talk about classes later, but the defender always goes first in a class. However, the first tiebreaker is actually tactics. If you have higher tactics in a class, that ship will go first. If they're equal, i.e. 0 or 1, everyone starts at 0 tactics technically, then the defender is the second tiebreaker, right? So tactics, if you're trying to be offensive and you want to go in and fire first, tactics is actually a really big deal. So tactics, and then it's like a cat and mouse game of like, well, crap, they have tactics 1, I should probably catch up, or I just build bigger ships and go before them anyways, right? So there's a lot of back and forth there. So the industry techs, exploration goes on cruisers. We'll start at the bottom for no particular reason, but exploration lets a cruiser peek a adjacent unexplored system and may decide to reveal it or not. That's per cruiser. So if you had 6 cruisers, well, if you had 2 here, or let's say you had 4 cruisers in F4, you could peek all 4 of these and each one at a time decide if you want to reveal them and then move. Exploration is super valuable, especially on a big map. Because think of it, otherwise you got to put a ship in there and it's probably going to die, right? So you're actually you might spend 30 on scouts over the course of a longer game. Why not just get exploration? Plus cruisers are great ships anyways. So terraforming lets you do the barren planets, which is there's 1 barren planet per side, and the alien planets need to be terraformed. I'll say that in the base game and even in the advanced game, terraforming is very much, it is an expensive investment. In a long, big map game, it's worth it. It's very expensive up front. And also with the aliens, you got to clear them out too, and that's just really hard. One of the things I love, and I love all the expansions to Space Empires, and I can't wait to start working on them. I've had the first expansion alien tech cards on my desk for like a year, looking forward to being able to code them for the first expansion. But they buff alien planets, so it actually makes terraforming good. When you colonize an alien planet that you cleared out, you draw 2 of these, you keep 1, and it's a buff for the rest of the game. And it's stuff like like cruisers pay half maintenance and stuff like that, and they're nice. It actually makes terraforming worth it. Not to say you shouldn't do it in the demo, but it's there's a reason it got balanced in the first expansion of the board game, right? So shipyards scales your shipyards, right? Now, how does building work? We haven't really talked about that yet, but a shipyard can build 1, those 4 shipyards, that means I can build 4 hull points. So I could build 4 scouts if I had the money. Or if cruisers, they're 2 hull points, i.e. they take 2 hits to kill in combat. They also have 2 maintenance. Well, that takes up 2 slots, so I can only build 2 cruisers. Shipyard scales that, so at level 2, it's 1.5x. So that'd be 6 hull points worth, and then at level 3, it's 2x, so it'd be 8 hull points worth, right? So instead of building shipyards, you could just build the shipyards tech, right? So it helps you scale the econ a little bit, and it's immediately in effect. Whereas if you build a shipyard, you can't use the shipyard that you're building that round. So propulsion, so i.e. movement tech in the board game. Some of these I'm going to be changing the names on just to make them more interesting, for example. Anyways, come back to that. Something I've been thinking about. So propulsion lets you move more per round. Now, this is the board gaming aspect of Space Empires. Board game, Space Imperia, the digital game. At the start of the game, Propulsion 1 means every turn you can move one space. Okay. Propulsion 2 means on the first 2 turns of a round, you move one space, and on the third turn of a round, you move 2 spaces, etc. So it kind of snakes its way up, right? So Propulsion 3 is 1, 2, 2. 4 is 2 across the board, and 7 thus would be 3 hexes move per turn per round, right? So it's a big investment, but if you can, movement is possibly the most important tech in the game. The level to which you invest in it is up to you. The more movement you have, the more easily you can project your force, right? And in effect, kind of the less ships you need, right? The more you can react, the more you can offensively be annoying too, right? If you're up against someone with if you have a lot of movement tech and they don't, you can literally make them chase you around the board. And if you're doing that in their home territory, that someone's having a bad day, right? It's probably them. So that's Propulsion. Now, point defense and scanners are in the advanced game. They're fun counters to fighters and raiders. Super fun ships in the advanced game. The advanced game's already built, right? But a demo's got to be a demo. So the advanced game is not in the demo. Ship size, also important. It lets you build bigger ships. Now, at some point, this is going to get reworked to probably just going to make it like a ship tree, you know, like EVE Online, like you see all the ships. There's not that many ships in this game, certainly not in the base game, but then you could have the visual element of seeing what the ship's doing rather than like, you know, ship size 2 gives destroyers, right? So that's going to get a rework, but for now it's still the board game terms. So you start with scouts. Now ship size 2 lets you build destroyers and bases. Basically every level here gives you a better ship, right? So destroyers attack earlier, they attack better. Then at 3 and 4, you have the 2 hit point ships, the cruisers and the battle cruisers. Cruisers are like the workhorse of the game. They are really good early. They're really good mid. They only get bad when you run into big boy ships, but cruisers are workhorses. And battle cruisers, if you get to them, they're just improved cruisers, right? But I think like for the cross section of like how quick you can get to it and how effective they are, cruisers are probably the best ship in the game, but I also lose all the time, so what do I know? And then the big boy ships, 3 hit points, 3 maintenance per round, battleships and dreadnoughts, they're just huge. Once you get to them, you're like, yeah, all right, now I know why I got to them. Again, fighters and cloaking, that's fighters, carriers, and raiders, which advanced game, super fun ships. Raiders let you can go through the enemy. That's scanners are the counter to that, right? So you don't have to stop when you move into an enemy space. It's unless there's scanners. So mines and minesweepers. Mines are mines. If you can never move mines into an enemy space, you can only the enemy has to move into you. But when that happens, you get to choose which ship dies. And yes, that means your dreadnought is dying. Sorry, right? Even in in one of the expansions, there's I think they're called Titans. Basically, you know, giant moving orbitals, right? I think mines only do 2 hit points to them, but whatever. Like mines are mines. Mines are great, but they're counterable, right? So you buy minesweepers. This scales up. So at level 3, it's 1 minesweeper sweeps 3 mines before combat starts automatically. So mines are a big investment, but if you can pull it off, especially if the map ends up getting choke pointed, right? Like terrain wise, yeah, mines can be great. I mean, they have strategic value for sure. Okay, so enough about all the text. Let's decide what to do. We're going to start going to ship size, and we're going to go ahead and get some movement going too. And I think I'm going to hold off on the movement and actually build 2 more colony ships. And let's go ahead and, yeah, all right. Yes, I know I have 5 left, so don't remind me. And we'll stay going first, and let's keep this game trucking along. So, go there. No idea if there's going to be a planet there. Let's drop this off. Go pick this guy up. We got to move these guys. So there's 2 planets over here. So I'll be able to reach this one this round. This one will not. You can control click to move multiple. So there you go. You know, some of the control interfaces we're still iterating on to make it more obvious to players. I'm about to push a key rebind, few like updates for key rebinds and stuff like that. So it is still a demo. All right. So that was a black hole. It was quick because we sped it up, but there's a little combat log up here. They survived. It's actually supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be on a 6 or less, they're safe. On a 7 or 8, 9, or 10, they die. But it's the same difference. Roll to 5, survive. So, great. Let's keep moving. We'll move both of these this way.
Yes, Commander. Plotting a course. Yes, Commander. Set condition 2.
Still no planet over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's bad. There's only 1 planet left, so if it's over here, that's, I mean, that would be less good.
Standing by. Set condition 2.
Oh, there it is. There you go. All right. So
yes, Commander.
Get this guy going.
Establishing new color. Ready and plotting a course.
And he
standing by.
There.
Ready and waiting. Plotting a course. Standing by. Plotting a
Drop
course.
that off.
Complete.
Pick up another one.
Touring 2 by 2. Standing by.
And get the last one here. Yeah. That's all right. We're saving a maintenance. All right, we're into round 3. So now at this point, again, small map. Now and there's our Baron planet, right? Would need terraforming. I'm probably not going to go for that this game. We're already 1 space away from the enemy, so I am going to go ahead and go to my workhorse ship. Oops, and we're going to build ship size 3. Now, the nice thing also is that the turn that you do ship size or any of these other things, you get it all, right? So this allows me to immediately build cruisers. Now they're available. So we're going to go 2 cruisers. We have 3 left over. Nothing in this game that you can spend 3 on. The advanced game has these little trading ships that help you. They're like space roads, basically, but they also give you money bonuses for a network. Normally I'd be building those, but this is the basic game, so we'll talk about merchant ships another time. All right, we'll keep going first. Great, we got 2 cruisers. So these beefy boys, right? Again, they are 2 hit points. I don't have that visually indicated here. I need to fix that. But there's 2 of them. Attack on a 4, and they have a built-in 1 defense, right? So you get, and destroyers are 4-0. So it goes from 3-0 for scouts, 4-0 to destroyer, 4-1 to cruisers, right? So you've got a progressive bump in the numbers as you go up higher. We don't have any movement on them, but that's fine. We're just going to start going towards this channel. Now, the only issue is that I don't have exploration on them, and I really want a scout to go in there because I don't want to lose a 12 bullion ship to exploring, right? So I'm going to nuzzle this scout over there, and then next round we'll be positioned to like try to harass the enemy. So, but we'll still keep doing civilian stuff back here, and then next turn. Yeah, they're still exploring away. All right. So we'll move there. Get the last one over here. This is, I guess, another mineral. Yeah. No minerals over here, so we want to stay as close as we can to here. So we'll go that way. And next turn. All right, so now they've decided to start going out. I like it. That is actually really bad if he gets through, right? So now we're actually at a decision point. If the enemy gets onto a player is sitting on an enemy colony, then there's bombardment, right? So at the end of every round, or every turn, sorry. So combat phase, right? No combat, but if you're sitting on an enemy colony, 2 things happen. Each ship rolls to hit it. So the cruisers, 4 or less, boom. You hit it, it goes down 1 level, right? So the 3 would go to 1. If the 1 goes to 0, the colony's destroyed, right? Obviously, that is horrible. If for you, it's great for them. Or if it happens to you, it's horrible. It's great if you do it to the enemy, right? So that's bad, right? That is just a huge turn time investment. You got to build another colony ship, which costs 8. You got to have all the time to build it up. Additionally, if you're sitting on an enemy colony, even if you didn't destroy it, it doesn't produce at all in the economy phase. So it's a blockade. It's just horrible. So again, this game rewards offense. This game is about offense. You can't win by not moving to the enemy planets, right? So that is a problem. Now, and then, again, small map, right? If this was 4 rows, it'd be like, whatever. He's going to hit a danger. We're good, you know? But he's effectively, you know, he's going after us. There you go, right? They're acting after us. So that's also bad for us. I know he's going to go to one of these 2. At least I think he is. So what do? I think that I'm going to split the difference and just do a little harassing over here. I'll have the scout too, right? I'm not going to go in there because I really want him to explore here or here. And then I'm just going to go cover and play it a little safe. And who knows, maybe he dangers and dies, right? Great, then I can follow through. So even if he doesn't danger die, it means he'll be there and I could strike him or just sit on the planet, right? He very likely doesn't have movement. This is almost assuredly an early scout, right? So there's not much to worry about there. You know, there's no way he has movement 4, right? Yep, there he goes. All right, danger. Love it. Okay, so now I can fall in there and be annoying to him, which is good. Now, if he could have pulled that off, and then the AI does know how to bid. I've seen him do it. If it was me and I was living, I'd be spending like 4 to bid to go first and just to be annoying and try to get hit on the colony, you know? Tie this guy up, right? And just be annoying the whole game. So, all right, there you go. Extra maintenance. So we're at 5. So those cruisers, they need to go get killed, right? Because they're sucking up a lot of bullion for us. So, but what do we do next, right? Good question. So I'm kind of content with doing cruisers. I think maybe we're going to lever up movement a little bit to be able to project. And also, we might build some forward shipyards. So planets, each round, as long as it's producing, it can't be a new colony, right? But a producing colony, each may build up to 1 shipyard and up to 1 base per round. Now, you can only build 3 bases total the entire game, right? So I might build a shipyard here and start to make that like my alternate shipyard location. So you're 2 spaces closer, right? And can project forces a little quicker that way. So we're going to go for that. So we're building 1 shipyard. And I think I'm going to get the last colony ship just to cover down over here. So we'll go back to C5. We'll do a colony ship. That's 7 left. So, I mean, I could build a scout just to help explore some of this and maybe get the miners getting some mineral 10s or shipwrecks in deep space, give you a random tech. There's not really a good scene to show you what you got. I need to add that, but they are very important. So I am also going to build a scout just to help with some of the exploring. We'll submit. And we'll keep going first, I guess. So let's get this guy here. We're not going to move the cruiser yet. Again, we don't want to like risk 12 bullion for effectively nothing if we die. And it's a pretty big risk. Start moving this scout up that way. We'll get this guy floating over here, but he's not even going to get colonized this round. Drop that off. Get this guy going there. Okay. Yep, alright. Found some aliens. They're gonna get blown up, yep. So we found, all of the deep space markers, there's like 120 or something in the board game. 9 of them are alien planets. So aliens, again, they're beefy boys. They only have 1 hit point. Yeah, there needs to be a visual indicator for that. That's not good. You can clear them out, and if you have terraforming, then you can colonize it, and then it's a regular colony once it grows up. So again, like, in a short game, it's just not, leave him alone, right? Don't go after him. In a longer game, in the base game, it's probably worth it at some point, especially on a big map. But again, that's why first expansion, which I can't wait to start on, is adds these cards. This is like the first thing I'm going to do. I just love them. It's just so fun. All right, so that actually also changes our calculus for which way we go. So we're going to go to there with the scout. We're going to hold the cruiser back. So he moved into here. All right, so what do nebulas do? Great. They have a good question. They have a combat effect, right? So what's the combat effect? The combat effect is all attack technology. No, all defense technology is negated. Now, not the built-in one, right? But if I had defense 2 on that, which would give it another 2 defense, like it would be 4-3, that stuff's negated. Think of it thematically, right? Like, you know, you're in a nebula, so there's basically no vision, right? You're just close up to each other. So you're, maybe defense technology represents, like, at the actual like tactical level of the ship, right? Maybe it has some better countermeasures, right? Or has the ability to move quickly, shortly. You know, like just think of it like a movie, right? It's some kind of countermeasure. It's probably countermeasures, right? Or like, you know, anti-missile flak or something, right? But if you're short range, like none of that matters, right? And you can't even see him. So the defense tech is negated. Now, the other thing, and asteroids and nebulas do this, all ships fire in the same class. So we haven't talked about classes yet, but, and again, they're not indicated here. Also need to add that. But the same class. So basically right now, what that means is no matter, even if this is a scout, which cruisers go before scouts, if I go in there first, I don't have tactics, so he is firing first. I'm pretty sure it's a scout, but I'm actually going to go in and risk it because it's going to be very hard for him to pop me twice. And I really want to get that position so I can harass his colony. So we're going to go for it. Plus, why not? It's combat's fun, right? All right. And it's a scout. He hit and missed. Great. So now you can kind of see the hull point part of it, right? We've got 2 hit points here. Scout has 1. You can highlight to get the details. Like, I haven't fully figured out. This menu needs to improve a bit. You know, the thing is, like, you don't want to be able to click on the other guys, your ships, to get the stuff, right? So, well, right-click, open the codex. That's weird. So we're just going to go ahead and shoot him, though. So we 4 to hit. That's what the 4 is, right? And 4, he has no defense. Great. Target it. Let's see if we can pop him. All right, we missed. And he retreated. That's, oh, there's a bug. All right. He retreated and came back in, so we're playing on fast mode right now. Okay, so he retreated. Let's talk about that. I'm actually going to slow down the AI processing so we can talk through the combats here, right? So what just happened? Enemy retreated. After the first round of combat, right? I, again, also need to show what round of combat we're in. Another takeaway. But after the first round of combat, as a ship goes in order, so this is all sequential combat, by the way, right? This is not other games, Twilight Imperium. A lot of other combat games are typically simultaneous, right? Grab all your dice, chuck them. You know, the defender, you know, the person you're targeting chooses the hits, right? The Space Empires is the most rewarding combat system of any board game I've played, to be honest. Like, unless you're talking about, you know, a hex encounter, like, you know, D-Day game, right? Or one of the other big, you know, GMT games, right? Those are super intricate with punches to tables. This is like the most straightforward system with the most rewarding outputs, right? So combat is sequential. What does that mean? Is that I'm going first, right? So he retreated, then on his turn he moved back in, right? The AI can get a little better with like knowing what was there. The AI probably doesn't want to go in there, and I've got a handful of tweaks I'm going to be making leading up. That'll come for the demo and also lead up towards the launch, obviously, right? Like a lot of great feedback people have given on the game. A lot of people played 10 hours. It's pretty crazy. It's a demo, but the AI needs to get better. Like, I can't tell you how many months I've tweaked the AI, right? And it can always improve. So, but he came back in. Well, I'm the defender. He doesn't have tactics, right? So I'm firing first. If I pop that scout, combat's over. He does not get a shot. So sequential combat, huge. When you have an array of ships in the battle, you have a lot of decisions on what you might want to try to hit first. Do you go for the small ships and pop them right away? Do you focus on the big boy because he's a big problem, right? The other thing is that, so my cruiser has 2 hit points. Once combat is over, everything heals. So if he were to hit me first, right, or if I miss, he hits me, then round 2, I'm going to go first again, I might retreat. I don't want to lose this cruiser. This is like, what, half my combat ships, a third of my combat ships on the board right now, or a quarter of them, but it's a really important one, right? So in that case, I might retreat. So because you get the heal. So it's this cat and mouse of like securing kills. And it's just a beautiful system. So we're going to go ahead and target this scout. Hopefully we'll pop him. All right, I got it. Sweet. Apparently, tally 1 isn't something you're supposed to say. Apparently that means you found a target. Splash 1 would be better, so. Oh, okay, well, great. Found our first bug. This exploration didn't happen. So I need to write that down. I thought I fixed that one. 1 second. So exploration happens after all combat, and what happened is because we had both, it just didn't trigger. So we'll have to fix that. All right, after combat. But that's an easy fix, so glad we found it. Okay, cool. So this guy hopefully isn't...
Standing by. Yes, Commander.
Yeah, it actually might trigger now. We'll see. We'll just keep him there. It's fine. Stuff happens.
Standing by. Set condition 2.
Okay, keep the moves going. Oh, yeah, but what do we do with Mr. Cruiser here, right? So... I think we're going to go harass, right? Like, this is still probably a scout. In fact, I don't even know if the enemy's built any ships yet. So, we know that's the... Right? What do you know? Right? You know everyone starts with shipyards, right? So that's a shipyard. So there's that element of, you know, you can deduce, right? So, you know, we're going to go for it. Because if we're successful here, then that's great for us.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, and he has movement too. Oh, there you go. I forgot about that. So he could move a second space. Now, why can't he go into the nebula? Good question. Because I mentioned it earlier, nebulas and asteroids, you must start adjacent to them to go into them. So this is a roadblock, and it is extremely beneficial for the blue player right now. If I was able to go here this round, then I'm just 1 turn closer to harassing him. Unexplored spaces are also the same rule. You can only go into an unexplored space if you start adjacent to it, right? So, also a roadblock, right? So we're just going to keep him there, even though he could move more. And let's see. That actually still may not explore because we have this combat here. Oh, he has 3 destroyers. Well, that's less good. Okay, so this is our first kind of proper combat. We're not in the nebula, right? So... let's talk about the classes, right? So again, I don't have these indicated here yet. Need to fix that, but oh, that's also a bug too. I gotta get a little tighter on that. Okay, so scouts are at E, destroyers are at D, cruisers are at C, battle cruisers go to B, I think, and then the big boys are at A. So the way this game works, you go A to E, okay? All A's go before any B's. And then within that row, if you have ships on the same side, we talked about it earlier, you look at tactics first, higher tactics. If that's equal, i.e. 0 or 1, they both have 1, right? Then the defender fires first. So in this case, even though he's defending, right, he's in D. This cruiser's just better. So that's the other bump with cruisers. You get 2 hit points, you get a built-in defense, and you fire earlier. Best, I think, one of the greatest ships in the game.
Target acquired.
Great. So we're just gonna try to pop a destroyer. Now he is actually firing at a 4 or greater, or a 4 or less. Now, why? He's got a 4, I've got a defense, 1. Well, it should be 3. At the start of a combat round, and he just hit us, less good. He's got one more shot, too. I'm going to go to medium speed. That's horrible. Yeah, that's not good. So that was really bad. For us, not for them. So why did he get extra +1? Because at the start of a combat, well, this is horrible for us too. Now his spaces are just completely blocked by aliens, and that is a display bug. Oh, you know what happened there is that the Explorer finally triggered on his turn, so it showed me as defender because it wasn't my turn. So the Explorer did trigger, it just wasn't triggered after combat, and there was combats 3 times in a row. So that's the bug. Okay, so back to what we were saying about the combat, right? At the start of a round, if you have double or more of the enemy's ships, pure numbers, right? So it's 3 to 1. Even if you had just 2, all ships on your side get the fleet size bonus, which is a +1 to combat for every ship that round. That's massive, right? That's actually a reason to go strategically. Like, you could spam destroyers and, in the advanced game, fighters, because you get the numbers, right? You're firing with more ships, right? If I just build 4 cruisers, right, and he builds 8 destroyers, he's going to get the fleet size bonus in that battle, right? Those destroyers are firing base at 5s now, and he's rolling 8 dice, unless I kill him early, right? So there's that. But he's rolling 8 dice, right? That's way more than 4. It's a lot. So there is strategic benefit in flooding with a lot of ships, right? And it's certainly a strategy to do that with destroyers, or, I mean, scouts are even cheaper, right? So there's reasons to not just build big ships, right? So great. Economy phase. So what do we want to do? We're really building up the econ now. Okay, so we want to keep building our forward shipyard here. This is going to be very important. So that's a second shipyard. Now you can't use it right away, so can't build a cruiser there yet. I think we know we know he has destroyers, and he built a few of them. I think we're going to go up on ship size a bit more. Yeah. I think we're going to play slow this round and do techs. I don't want to build a battle cruiser that I can't use. So the problem is we're right at 19, which is just like a horrible number. I'd love to be able to get more. Well, Moopit's 25 anyways. Or get like one of these guys, but we're just short. So we might actually just go ahead and go. Let's go defense. That might negate if he's going to keep going into destroyers. And I'd love to get a movement too. Actually, movement. The other thing in this game, you can only build research 1 rank of each tech per round. You can't just blitz to 7 in 1 turn. If you could, this game would be a lot different. So you gotta decide what tree you want to go up, right? Like, I want to do propulsion now, because that way next round I can do 4, right? 2 is really powerful. Whereas, like, attack, I could just do that later. The thing with attack and defense, by the way, is they can only equip up to the hull size. So even if you had attack 3, the scout's only got 1 hull point. So it's only going to get attack 1. So these bigger ones are only beneficial if you're really going into these guys, the bigger ships. We're going to be doing probably battle cruisers for sure. So we could get up to 2, but it's just not a priority right now. So what else do we spend on? I mean, I guess I could get another cruiser out there. There's not much else. I don't need minesweepers, so we'll just go ahead and get 1 cruiser out, just so we have something in case he starts coming our way. So, yeah, that'll do it. We'll keep going first. Why not? Let's move the cruiser up. Now, he does get movement 3, right? So he's moving 1 this round. I already moved it, but then it'll be 2-2, which is really nice. So guess what? I can still harass this guy. So this scout's going to go there. Even though he's just a scout, he's still going to do some work. We do have a problem over here. given how this is really unfortunate how that played out. So I don't want to just get a cruiser blown up. I'm just gonna go like that.
Standing by.
Oops.
Set condition 2. Standing by.
Drop
Set
this
condition
guy
2 to be
off.
complete.
And
Standing by.
finally got our last
Establishing
colony
new
going.
colony.
So you can see how, like, if this was more like the bigger 2-player map, there's a 6-row one. I would seriously be considering terraforming. Like, if these two were on our side, I might be going for terraforming there just to out-econ the guy long game because it's a bigger map. But again, it just... We're already at the enemy's space, right? So now this will go here.
Standing by.
Yep.
Plotting a course.
And pick up minerals. You can see eventually the miners just don't have a job.
2 by 2.
And that's why you want to try to find 10s.
Ready and set condition 2.
But even after that, eventually they get used to this. In one of the expansions, you can actually mine nebulas, which is super cool. So it gives them, and that gives you 5 if you're connected to the base with the merchant ships. So it gives them like a late game benefit, even early game. And you can build 4 miners instead of 2. But, you know, this is just the base game. So there was 3 expansions for a reason. All right, so we'll go there. The scout, yeah, we're just gonna bypass and make him come to us. I mean, he's probably gonna kill us, but I guess we could have stayed in the nebula, but we didn't, so that's fine. Yep, there he goes. All right, let me speed those guys up real quick. Yeah, there's that stack of destroyers. Yeah, you're not gonna let me do this, are you? There we go. Alright. Yep, alright. Well, we knew that was going to happen. Okay, so note, though, that now the ship is revealed to us. So, enemy ships don't get... In combat, all ships get revealed to both players. At the start of a round, if you started at a friendly colony, it goes back to hidden. So, that's why it went hidden last time, but now it's visible to us. And that's just helpful, you know? I mean... You could sit here and track everything. I could build a system to, like, actually tell you what all the different things were that you've seen and, like, UUID track it. And I might. I want to do, like, a player info panel. Things you've learned about the enemy. But also, you know, there's a lot of the game is just is managing information. So... All right, so 3 destroyers. If we get this spot first, then he doesn't get it. He comes in first. I would get the first shot. So we're gonna. That's again. This is like. This is key terrain right now. This is absolutely the most important hex on the entire battlefield, right? Speaking from a military perspective, and why? Well, what's key terrain? Good question. Key terrain is effectively like. Would it be awful if they had it? Right? And if the answer is yes, then it's key terrain, which means you want it, right? So, in this case, if they're there, they can project out. What if they had a lot of movement? We know they don't, right? But what if the new ships do? They could project. They could start to carve around. They could go there, right? Whereas if we have it and hold it, we can project out. So that's absolutely the most key point on the battlefield right now. So, and turn. Yep, and they're going to come in. Oh, and they brought the other guy too. Well, it's almost like they're good at this. Okay, so 4 destroyers. We can probably fade this. Hopefully we can pop 1. Again, we get to go first, and we missed. So now he's going to get 4 shots at a 4, and he needs 2 hits. And, all right, that's a good sign. Alright, so we're going to be able to retreat out of this. Yeah. If we kept the 2 hits points, I might stay and try to pop 1, but this is too dangerous. So, second combat round, we're going to retreat. So, again, this scene's going to get updated. That is not a valid space, by the way. I thought I fixed that. Invalid retreat. Look, visible. So the retreat rules are as follows. The hex you retreat to cannot have enemy ships on it. It cannot be an enemy colony. It must be closer to a friendly colony than the battle hex. So this is the only valid retreat path. If for any reason there was enemy ships here or like another battle happening here, i.e. enemy ships, or even just an enemy miner was there, I could not retreat. This is not valid. It's not supposed to be showing. In fact, it would probably break if we did that. So there we go. We retreat. All right. Well, at least we know it's there. It's just 4 destroyers. So with 2 cruisers lined up and ready to go, we might be a carrot. Oh, and guess what? This is why we did our forward shipyards, right? Because now I can get that battle cruiser out. So guess where we're going? We're going to go to ship size 4, which is battle cruisers. And then we're going to build a battle cruiser at E6. Love it. 16 remaining. So is that anything useful? So we could pip on tactics. Actually, that way we could go in and attack first into the nebula. He might still come for us, though. The AI is pretty aggressive. In that case, I wouldn't need tactics, so I might actually just save. I'm gonna build another cruiser. It's just gonna take forever to trigger. No, it has movement 3 now. Never mind. We'll build a battle cruiser back here. I forgot we have movement 3. So again, if we had movement 1, it just takes it just takes forever to move stuff. So extra movement is super strong, and now very compelling to build another battle cruiser. So, and you can see the little overview. We're doing ship size, battle cruiser, battle cruiser. So that's pretty good. And they did not bid again. We will decide to go first. All right, so move this guy up. I'm gonna go ahead and just sit right there and see if he comes for us. So drop these guys off. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, one of the things combine. I need to improve. There's just some streamlines with the AI I want to do with strategically, but like that's still pretty good. But he also kind of knew it was 2 cruisers. He doesn't know what this is. So should 4 destroyers go into that? Like maybe, if it was me, I might try to go to the side and like explore one. I don't know, or just sit on the nebula. Again, like it's a hard thing to make, but this isn't wrong. It's just I might play it differently. So. All right, so 5 or less. Look at this beefy battle cruiser, right? 5 attack, no defense over here. If we don't have fleet size bonus, that's what the 5's coming from. We're gonna just try to pop some ships, and it goes in B. See that? Oh, that's a miss. But B. So we're going before the enemy cruisers now too. Right? So yeah. All right. Whiff. Okay. Well, that could have gone better. All right, yeah, we're just gonna get popped. Got it. All right, well, that was good. Okay, so we saw the screening phase. I haven't talked about it yet. If you have more ships than the enemy, you may screen down to the number of ships they have. Screened ships do not participate in that round of combat and may not be targeted. Why might you screen? Well, if we had more ships, again, another reason to have more ships in general, I could screen this damaged ship, right? He's going to target him, right? And that's less good. This ship's probably going to die, but I got to stay. I can't screen anyways. I'm just talking out loud about how it works. We're not retreating. This ship could decide to retreat. This one could decide to retreat on its turn, and the battle still goes, right? So we could do that. But I also just want to really pop these ships. If we're able to break through these ships, there we go. Then they're in a bad spot this round. Love it. All right, so they're down to 2. They might retreat. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. There's another bug. Enemy retreating forward. But guess what? That just makes it hard for us. Enemy retreating forward. But those kinds of things, as I haven't really thought about. I mean, I haven't built out like AI, how do you make a hard AI, right? Some games, they just make them harder, but other games, they do the, they're like, oh, they start with more stuff, or they recolonize easier, There's so many levers like that we could pull here in Space Imperia. One of them could be they can retreat forward. I don't know, or their colonies make 6, or they start with movement 3, I actually think that might be a good way to do a hard AI, right? Just make it challenging for the player. Like you're tweaking it in the sense of the game, not like, you know, some games where it's like, I don't know. There's just a lot of different levers to pull. And that might be one of them, but that's not supposed to happen. They could only have retreated here. But they took the right path, given that they're breaking the rules. That was the right place to go if you're breaking the rules. So, great. So now we're just gonna like move the miners this way if we ever find any 10s. But now we're just gonna consolidate and absolutely destroy this guy. So we should be destroying this fleet 10 times out of 10. All right, great. There you go. Now screening phase. We have 4 ships. They have 2. I could screen 2 of them. There's no reason to screen, because guess what? After screening 4 to 2, I'm gonna get the fleet size bonus, right? So this is gonna be 6s. Yeah, we're just gonna obliterate this guy.
Yes, Commander. Target acquired. Yes, Commander. Firing solution set.
All right, there we go.
Tubes 1 and 2. Fire.
Love it. All right. One of the other cool things in one of the expansions, in the first one, Close Encounters, which again can't wait to start on. There's ship experience, right? So those guys would level up and get more buffs and all that. It's a lot of overhead as a board game. I love it. It's just cool. It's a lot of overhead, but you know, in digital form, got a lot of Stellaris, just other games in this realm, right? They just have experience, right? They just level up. So it's just natural in a computer game. So can't wait to get going on those. So now what do we do with this Doom stack?
Yes, Commander. Standing. Yes, Commander.
Well, first thing are they the same movement?
Yes, Commander. Ready?
Yeah, so we're gonna combine these. So you are piece limited in this game. So again, it's a board game, right? There's only so many pieces you print. Why do you do that? Because like things cost money, but also for game balance, right? So consolidating there lets me maybe build more later. Well, it does let me do it, but you can only combine when they are 100% identical, which means these guys are not identical. Movement 3-1 and a movement 1, so they cannot combine. So I could go and upgrade at the shipyard. I only have 1 left over. I'd have to have 2 per cruiser because it's 2 hull points. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and move forward. And these guys have that extra move, but they can't go into the nebula, so they're just going to stay there. All right, now we are making money. Why? Oh, the minerals double counted? All right, well, finding bugs left and right, aren't we? I didn't have that many minerals. We dropped off 2. Interesting. We had 1 left over. Yeah. Minerals double counted. Double counted. Well, I guess I'll report my own bug real quick. Let's see. I can look at the save game later. Minerals double counted. We dropped off. Dropped off 2 times 5 minerals at the same colony. Maybe that's what it is. Colony, and I got 25 in income from minerals. Yeah, okay. That could have been it. I don't know. Yeah, double counting. I don't know. Something. Okay, we'll look at it later. Okay, I don't want to take advantage of having all that money because we're not supposed to. So we'll just kind of ignore it. So it should be 15 less, right? So 59. All right, so what do we want to get? Yeah, they're just not building enough ships. Like, that's fine for me. All right, so let's do... Any techs we want to get? We might want to start buffing these beefy boys up. Now, they're not going to get it. We'd have to upgrade them, but future ones will. So I kind of really like that. We have 15 too many, so that'd be 24, 19. So we'll build 1 battle cruiser at E6. And yeah, that's the remaining counters list there. So that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Submit build. Oh yeah, look at that guy. 6 attack, or 6-2 now instead of 5-1. Awesome ship. So
ready and set condition 2. Ready and jump parameters.
Economy. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right. So
Yes, Commander.
we can
Loading
move there.
jet
He still can't go
Ready and
into the
waiting.
nebula. All right. They built something. We don't know what. These guys. So I need to, you know, another fix. They're kind of floating around because they don't really want to explore without a scout, right? So I got to tweak that a little bit. But that's okay because it's just a playthrough. All right, here we go. Yeah, well, at least they're moving this way now. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Yeah, we're gonna punish. Yeah, we're gonna punish him.
Yes,
So,
Commander.
oops. Yeah.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander. Standing by.
And we're gonna go sit on this planet. And punish him for not being there. So,
Ready
start
and waiting.
moving the miners.
Standing by. Jump
Another thing people do with the miners, actually, because this is on Board Game Arena, it's actually the reason why I made the project in the first place years ago, or started it. You can use the miners to block retreats, because they are enemy ships to the enemy. So even though they're civilian, and that's like probably the most benefit they have late game. So, all right, we're gonna bombard. There we go. It's a miss. That's a hit. We might get him. Nope. All right, but we hit him twice, so that's really good. That's our win percentage here just went up. If you're touching any enemy colonies, like it's bad. Oh, look at the AI. 3 cruisers, and they got defense 1 on them. Okay, they did exploration. That's maybe they're not using exploration right, but that's the right idea. Good effort. AI maybe not using exploration right. Right. If they were, they'd already. If they were, they would have built a channel, avenue of approach to on our left flank, and that would have been bad for us. Now we got to go react to that, right? So, one little tweak on this guy, and they should start using exploration, right? All right. Well, more takeaways. Great. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty good combat. We're not going to screen, and we're just going to try to pop this guy. So this is 8 to 6 hit points. They got 2 defense. That's no halt. This is a pretty close to even matchup. I mean, we got the battle cruisers, obviously, but that defense is going to make this really hard. We're hitting on 3s. These guys are going to hit on 2s. So, and he attacks, so that's why we're going first. Yeah, it's going to be a little tough. He's hitting on 3s on all of our ships, so that's, yeah, whiffing 4 times there is horrible. Yep, and he's targeting the battle cruiser. Alright. Oh, they got 1 left. Okay. Yep, we're just gonna keep salvoing. We're staying. I mean, even if we lost our fleet here, we're literally sitting on an enemy colony. This is such a strategic position. I mean, we might want to retreat at some point, but this is awful for him and just great for us no matter if we stay here, right? So this is easily the most key battle right now. Plus, if we do manage to remove him here, we might be able to go win the game, to be honest, right? We know it's just shipyard sitting back there, so will he retreat before that? Yeah, like he might retreat that guy. All right, we got him. That's huge. Again, this game's all about securing kills. He can just squirm away. Yeah, see, so that's a good AI, right? He would have squirmed away with just that 1 damage. Yeah, now he's masked there, but now we can really project. And guess who has movement 3 on 2 of these ships? And guess who's going to go for the home? Because that's how this game works. We are going right there. And then we're going to defend here. So this is really bad for the AI. They could have, one thing they're not considering right now I need to fix up is, like, they probably need to retreat here. This is great for massing, but that you need... Now, does the AI need to be perfect, though? No. Like, would a human player mess it up? Like, probably. Especially if you're new. So, consider retreat paths, or consider avenues of approach. Great. What does avenues of approach mean? Military term. Just like, imagine it was roads, right? What are the ways you can get to the place, right? In this case, he knows I have movement 3. He knows I'm 2 away. If there's a block here, if he has enemies here, or a base, or both, I'd have to go 3 spaces. I can't get 3 spaces. He knows what I have. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I would have put the ships there, knowing that could have happened. Or I would have stayed in the combat. But that's okay. We're going to try to win the game. All right, he has 6 shipyards. Now, shipyards automatically get defense and attack tech up to 1 each because they're 1 hit point. But this is just devastating for the enemy. This is probably a win. Even if I don't kill everything, or I don't bombard right away, if I kill all these shipyards, he's just toast. So, but he's going to get 6 shots, so, like, joke's on me. Yeah, there we go. We're just going to get popped. Alright, that's pretty good. And this is before the cruiser's gone, by the way, right? So less good if he dies. Oh, okay, he didn't. Alright, that's huge. Come on, get him. Alright, there we go. Now we're cooking. Yeah, you're toast. You're toast, buddy. Nope. Oh, man. Alright, well, that cruiser's probably dead. He doesn't have the fleet size bonus anymore, though. Of course, he's hitting on 2s. Classic. Alright. Well, we can still... We're still in a good spot. Oh my god. This guy's just throwing 2s every day. Oh, he's at 3s. Oh, that's awful. Okay. I mean, we have to stay. Like, we're on the home. Even if I kill only 1 more shipyard, that's just massive for the econ. And we whiff again. Classic. Oh god. Oh my god, we're just gonna get popped. This could have gone better. Don't die. Okay. Alright. Gosh, I mean, keeping this battlecruiser alive is... now he's just gonna go... Yeah. Now he's just gonna go, harass some planets. So we're gonna go. Yeah, again, I'm gonna be updating the retreat scene. You should be able to see all the other ships. So that just needs to be. And I obviously haven't touched this in like 9 months. So yeah, we're gonna go. Great, can't retreat there. Found the retreat bug everyone was talking about. Okay. I don't know why you couldn't retreat there. Was there an enemy ship there? Oh, it's the minerals. Oh, there you go. Minerals blocking retreat. That's not supposed to happen, but it's looking at, is it not a friendly ship? Technically, that's a ship in the code, right? But it's just a mineral. Minerals block retreat. There you go. Well, that's what happens when you find bugs. All right. Awesome. Okay. Oh, what is this? Yeah, also, another thing, adding a button to go back to the map, right? I don't exactly remember where the heck we're at. This is the planet that we were sitting on, and now he's got a bunch of ships. That's pretty good. So, he screened a destroyer. Yeah, that should just never... I mean, well, that's not true. I don't know. If he keeps the destroyer out, it probably just dies. I'm definitely going to target it. So, screening it here, and he gets fleet size bonus, it's actually... I think that's pretty prudent. Like, I'm going to kill the destroyer every time. I just want to, again, for me, secure kills, right? Now I got to work for it. But we're going to go for the easy cruiser, because notice this guy doesn't have defense tech, right? See the 1 and the 2? So we're going to go for the easier one. Alright, and yep, that's... But this is looking like it's going to be Retreat City the next round. We don't want to really hang around here. We've done our job. We harassed. And yeah, so... Plus, I think we bombarded it down. It went kind of quick. I don't know if I'm going to add, like, next scene buttons or something, but... What do we get on the bombardment? Let's see. Current output 1, we whiffed. Okay, so it's still his colony. We didn't get hit, so we're just going to stay. Alright, love it. Maybe we can get him. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna stay. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, you're really gonna brutalize me and get the battle cruiser? Okay. Yeah, now he's bringing him back out because he needs the fleet size bonus. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tactical withdrawal, right? We're going to go ahead and retreat this guy. Oh, is he going around? I bet you there's enemy ships there. We're gonna withdraw the damaged one. We're gonna keep him here and do some harassing. He probably will live enough to be able to retreat. Yeah, well, never mind. Now we're fading 3 5s. Or 3 4s. Oh my god. Alright, well. That's how combat works sometimes. Okay, so he must have tried to go around, dangered it, and now look at that, right? Talk about avenues of approach. Now this space is completely irrelevant, right? Like, we just go to here. This is the most important space on the battlefield now. There's no terrain there, but this is the most important space, full stop, right? This channel here, right now. So, that's the other thing I love about this game is you're one space away from it changing up, right? Like, it was in my benefit to have this not explored, and they explored it, so now we got to deal with it. If he had a lot of movement, that's projection onto my colonies in one turn, potentially. Alright, so we can still harass here. I love, and he can just go do stuff, so he's gonna have to deal with that. I think, I honestly think we're just gonna tech out battle cruisers, but the problem is we need to build some more ships. So let's go propulsion 1534. Guess what? Now we're gonna spend those extra minerals. Oh, I see. We must have had them. I guess the number's just not updating. That makes more sense. Okay. So it didn't double count. Number didn't update. Right? Let's see. 58, 68, 78, 77 minus 4. Yeah, okay. That number's not even getting counted in. All right, well, that's good. So it's just, but obviously it's misleading. That's confusing to anyone. And they would think what we thought. So there you go. So that's good. We actually have all this. So propulsion. We've got attack and defense 1. Yeah, we're gonna put 3 battle cruisers on the board. And you see, being able to put 3 hull size 2 ships out around, given this configuration, like, that's pretty beneficial. But if we were going to go for the beefy boys, the battleships and dreadnoughts, that's 3 hull points per. We don't really have the shipyards for that. We would have to go into shipyard tech. So again, like, there's a lot of investment as you go in this game. There's a lot of decisions. Do you need more shipyards for that? Or do you just do the tech? I don't know. It just depends on the direction you want to take the game. Does he go first here? No, he doesn't. Okay. Well, what is this guy's movement? 3? I don't remember what these guys had. We might... Yeah, let's go first. We're going to fall back and group. Although this is still strategic because you can go that way, but... I don't know. I didn't want to stay there. He's just going to come get us.
Standing by.
So there's benefit of movement 4. It's just 2, 2, 2. It's huge.
Standing by.
Yeah, we're not gonna be looking for. Oh, by the way, civilian ships can't explore, right? If they could, they'd just go in there, right? But that's not gonna happen. Oh, we forgot to move him. Well, oh, he only built a cruiser. Okay. Interesting.
Ready and formation fire.
I mean, I could retreat and just like retreat and then move. Yeah. Yeah, I guess him going back there, that makes sense. So, okay.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
We're gonna consolidate here. Oh, he's moving over there. Oh,
Set condition ready and standing by.
oh we could just. No, I want to mass here. I could have gone to the planet, but I want to mass effects here. Like these are 3 beefers. You
Standing
know.
by. Ready and loading jump
All right.
commanders.
Well, I know it's what we. Yeah. We're just gonna go.
Standing by. Plotting.
Sit on this one. There you go. Come get me. Right. So there you go. Benefits of movement. Right. This is really hard to deal with, you know. You can't defend everything. So the defender's being rewarded, or the aggressor is being rewarded, and that's us. There you go. We even hit the colony too. So, yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, that's a bug. Display bug. All right, this is that cruiser stack. So we're looking pretty good here. Yeah, we're gonna pop that destroyer. Hopefully right now. Love it. All right, there's that null bug. Yeah, we're just gonna punish him.
Yes, Commander. Priority 1 fire. Ready and solutions 1 and 2 fire. Ready and
Alright,
fire
maybe
mission
not.
attack by fire.
All right, there we go. We got a hit. Yep, just off the rip, just hits me. In twos. Alright, you missed. We're not gonna screen because we gotta get this guy killed. So we're gonna risk a battle cruiser.
Attack by fire.
Oh man.
Ready and target acquired. Attack by fire.
Oh my god.
Standing by. Initiate fire.
Oh my god, he's just gonna squirm away. Oh, there we go. Alright.
Battle damage assessment.
He might stay though. He might try to kill the. Yeah, he left. He went back to the planet. Yeah, he's not bad.
Ready, set condition.
Hey, I'll go slurp up his minerals. Why not? Okay, we're sitting there. He's got nothing he can do about that. What is this other thing here? I don't remember. It might be a base. So you know what? If we really wanted to be annoying, we go right here. Yeah. I don't really want to deal with the base. Bases are 3 hit points. They got a bunch of stats on them. They go in B, I think, so they'll go before the battle cruisers. Like, it's just super annoying. I think this is way better for us. It makes him have to do stuff. He has to come in, then we defend and fire first. Yeah, great. He's still sitting on that space, so even if we don't kill the colony, he's not going to get any points from it because it's being blockaded. Yeah. So here's another thing. Like I said, the AI knows these are battle cruisers now, so should it go in there? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. No screens. Alright, everything is in E. That should probably display first. Okay, so asteroids, right? Show in E first. So asteroids are the same as nebulas, same effects, except that it negates attack technology. Yeah, attack technology, right? You know, you're hiding among a bunch of asteroids, so like your special, you know, heat-sinking missiles or whatever, like, are just gonna hit the asteroids. So that's the thematic idea.
Yes, Commander.
And 6. So it's actually 5, 4, 3. Okay. So what's happening here is the number is still showing 6, but it's actually a 5 on the battlecruiser. I thought I fixed that. So show tech deductions in asteroid / nebula. Okay. That's fine though. It's still doing the right number. So it's actually 5 minus their 2 defense, because defense tech isn't negated. We don't have fleet size bonus, so we're hitting on 3s, which is fine. So we'll just pop one of them, hopefully. Yeah, if we win this combat, it's really bad for them. Oops. Wait, they're hitting on 2s? Yeah. They're hitting on 2s. Actually, no, that's 5. Oh, the defense tech is negated. That's right, yeah. So you can kind of... he's just going to retreat, yeah. I don't disagree. Okay. But guess what? Now we're just going to go first and... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of... The AI is just not a great... It must be a base, otherwise it probably would have moved in. So... And then this... I think this was all 3 cruisers, so... This shouldn't have flipped over yet, actually, but that's fine. I'll fix that. Yeah, I mean, what are they going to build? Like maybe a base to, I don't know. We'll see. We're in a pretty good spot though. So how do we keep the pressure up? We continue, look at that, the maintenance though, 10, right? So what do we do here to keep the pressure up? So we could follow up and like beef up attack and defense, right? The thing is, I could build 3 more battle cruisers and they'll show up soon. That actually might be the best. I think we're just going to keep building ships. Battlecruiser, battlecruiser. Oh, I'm out of... Oh, yeah. There's that bug people were talking about. So the problem is that it's taking up the extra counters, which is wrong. It's supposed to fill them in one at a time in the build menu. So that needs to get fixed, but we can combine these first. Okay, yeah, that's super annoying. Let's see. Builds... Always use counter limit. Okay. Yep. Well, that's what happens. Sometimes there's bugs. Okay, so we'll fix that one up. But we combined, so now we should be able to do what we were trying to do. Battlecruiser, battlecruiser, battlecruiser. Okay. All right, I'll be able to fix that. Yeah, so it's just doing the counting wrong. It's putting it in one counter now, but it's decrementing the menu wrong. So that's I fixed one half of it, not the menu part. So, well,
Yes, Commander.
good to know. All right, yeah. See, there you go, movement 2. That guy's just gonna go right there. And let's slurp up his minerals. Why not? Okay. That is either a decoy or a base. We haven't talked about decoys, but you can build them because they look like ships. They can go anywhere, right? They can be built from a friendly colony.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
He's gonna stay there. Whoops. I mean, that's something. The thing is, we have 4 battlecruisers here. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, they're only movement 3. That's a problem. I could force him to come to us, though. I think we should just try to kill a colony. Yeah. Love it. More bombarding. Get these guys. You know, we're kind of glossing over the billions of people we're shooting at, but hey, it's a war game, right? Alright,
Standing by.
love it. Look at that consolidation, right? So, oh yeah, just slurp your minerals up, dude. Alright. Okay. They're coming here. Yeah, so some of the prioritization could be a little better, like, he should probably be massing on here ASAP, but hasn't, which is fine. It's okay. I think I'm just gonna go try to win the game. And then this guy will follow up as a little supporting action. I suppose that this is a base. So we'll put him there. Now, guess what? Again, movement and projection. It takes us the whole round to get in there, but now we can project out next round. So this might actually still be some form of key terrain. This might be the most key right now, to be honest, because of that projection factor. Like, this is pretty much a base, probably. He can channel us into here, which means he needs to be defending this 1,000% of the time. He did try to do that with those cruisers and just maybe should have committed the forces still, but he's just outmatched with the cruisers, so AI's doing its best, but may not be enough. All right, let's try to win the game.
Standing by. Target acquired. Troops 1 and 2. Fire.
There we go. There we go. All right. This guy's toast. Yeah, this is gonna be the game. He's got to hit us 8 times to stop us from killing all of his shipyards. And here's a reason to build alternate shipyard locations, right? Because on the... even if I kill all these, but I don't kill the planet and he comes and gets me, now he can't build anything. Like, the game is effectively over. So distributing strategically where... the AI does do this, right? Distributing where you have your shipyards is important, right? Like, it's like not buying the same stock, right? Like, diversification. So... Alright, this guy's toast. Yeah, we got him. Alright. Yep. Might lose a battlecruiser, but he's toast. And he's rolling on 1s, too. This guy's over here, you can see that. It shows up here, too, but... Yeah, we got him.
Yes, Commander. Target acquired. Attack by fire. Battalion 1. Attack by fire.
Yeah, a little sound bug with the shots layering too quickly. Yeah, this is, he's toast. Love it. Alright, gonna get some bombarding in, that's a bug. Did we get him? Almost. Alright. Yeah, I could see the bombarding scene being like, not zoomed in so you could see it on the battlefield. Like, that way you know where you're at. I mean, I knew it was the home planet because I remembered, but... Alright, I don't even know where this is at. Yep, another reason to have, the return to map button, so... well, you can kill them all you want, 'cause I'm about to kill your home. All right, now we're gonna retreat
Standing by.
to there, and he is going to
Yes,
lose the
Commander.
game.
Loading jump
We'll
parameters.
just well, just in case we don't finish bombarding,
Standing by. Ready and wait.
go
Set
ahead and go
condition
over
two.
there. Yeah, this
Standing
game's
by.
basically over.
Standing by. Set condition two. Going 2
So
by 2.
that, why not? Okay, yeah.
Yes, Commander.
Just get rid of this guy real quick. Hopefully.
Yes, Commander. Firing solution tubes 1 and 2. Fire.
All right.
Standing by. Fire mission. Fire for effect. Ready and fire mission. Fire.
He might retreat, but he doesn't really want to. And this is another. Oh, he left. That's right. Okay, that was a
Initiating
bug.
liberation protocols.
There we go. That's the
May it
game.
be said, well done.
Cool. All right. So that was a game of Space Imperia. You can kind of see some of the overall. Yeah. So we spent a little more on technologies for ships, or no, on technologies in general. What else did they? I feel like maybe some of these roll-up numbers aren't correct, or maybe they were saving, or maybe they did some upgrades. They might have done some upgrades. That might be it. And the number destroyed, yeah, some of these counters need to be fixed a little bit, but overall, the rest of them are right. Yeah, so we didn't make that much more than them, right? So yeah, anyways, that's a full game. So hopefully you enjoyed the playthrough, and the full game, haven't fully announced a date yet, but it's going to be in June. So it's listed on the Steam store page like that anyway. So really looking forward to the next few months. Next we'll be doing in Next Fest with this demo. This demo is going to keep getting updated. This is the game. It's just you can only play the one scenario on the base game without the advanced ships. So I don't really see a reason not to have the demo around. But we'll be doing Next Fest. That'll be exciting. And keep an eye out for a multiplayer beta. So this game is multiplayer. I actually built it for multiplayer from the get-go because I want to be able to play async games, just like on Board Game Arena, right? You can be in 5 different games and take a bunch of turns and come back and then take your turns. Or if you ever played another GMT game, Twilight Struggle, the app of that I used to play all the time like 10 years ago. And it was great because you'd just be in 5, 6 games or 2 games or whatever and take your turns, come back, take your turns, right? Next day. And Space Imperia is pretty ripe for that, right? Because you kind of do your whole turn at once. The only time it slows down is combat, but what I'll be adding at some point is kind of an auto battler, like you can set parameters, just like on Board Game Arena, where, you know, you could set conditions where you stop auto battling, so it has you come take your turn. You know, there's a lot of ways to streamline async games, but I'm gonna be doing a beta to help test the server side of it. And we're already we internally we play weekly multiplayer games just to test out everything, right? And it's fun, right? So the multiplayer fully works. There are, of course, going to be some bugs still, but the main thing will be testing out how async works. Like I got to build a lobby menu still, but that won't be too hard. And just generally, you know, test, you know, getting 50, 100 people or how many ever it is to fire up some games and catch some other bugs and get ready for the launch in June. So super exciting. Keep an eye out for an announcement, but otherwise, signing off for the day. So thanks, and hope you enjoyed the playthrough. See you later.